Hello, everybody. Welcome to Weekly Trash, the safe place to cleanse your mind, body, and soul of all that trash you consume this week so you can consume some more tomorrow. I'm your host, Josie Van Dyke, and today we have a mom of triplets on the podcast today, Karlee Baur, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to Weekly Trash. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm excited you're here.
Thank you.
What does it look like trying to get out of the house when you have 3 babies?
I mean, when I'm going out with them, it's a
lot.
It's a struggle sometimes.
Yeah, I can bet.
But like going out today by myself.
Who has them right now?
My husband.
Solo.
Yeah.
So are you alone most of the day with them?
Yes. Almost every day.
Wow. Wow. That is impressive.
Yeah.
We'll talk all about motherhood because I have so many questions for you,
Okay.
but we do a dumpster deep dive here at Weekly Trash. We want to know all about you.
Yes.
So we'll start from the beginning. Where are you from?
I am from Ogden, Utah. Well, I grew up in Davis County, but
Okay.
right now I live in Ogden.
Still in Ogden.
Yeah.
And do you come from a big family, small family?
Yes, I come from a huge family. I have 7 sisters.
And I'm so sorry. I saw that your sister passed away recently.
Yes.
So sorry about
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
7 sisters.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot. No brothers.
No brothers.
Were they just like continually trying to get a boy and then finally they gave up, or was it just they wanted 7 kids?
Well, so my family dynamic is kind of not like the typical Mormon. So most of us all have the same mother, but then a lot of us have different dads.
Okay. Okay. Is your dad and mom married?
No, they are divorced.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some of your sisters are half sisters.
Yes.
And then are some stepsisters?
They're all half.
Okay.
And then like my dad got remarried, so I do have a stepmom, and then I do have one stepsister. So I technically have 8. But
Wow.
yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And where do you land in the family?
I'm the baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your oldest sister is probably what? 'Cause how old are you?
I just turned 26. I don't think. Yeah.
I know. Once you hit 22, it's all kind of the same.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can drink legally, so
Yeah.
I don't have to remember anything anymore.
It doesn't matter.
It's fine. Yeah. So your older sister's probably what, like?
We're 16 years apart. So
Oh, yeah.
42.
Was she ever kind of like a mom figure to you then?
Oh yeah. Most like I'd say like my oldest 4 are like they like
Well, yeah. They
were
could,
like my mom pretty
for
much.
sure.
You know.
I picture myself at 16. I was like a nanny at 16.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're full on helping change diapers,
Yeah.
helping you get ready for school.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
the things. Okay. So how did you meet your husband?
So one of my friends met his friend on Tinder.
We love Tinder.
Yes. And I think it was the guy that she was meeting wanted to go on a date, but she didn't want to go alone.
Right.
And so she asked me to
And
go.
how old were you?
19.
Okay. So this is after high school.
Yes. I think I might have been 20.
Okay.
Somewhere right there.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, I'll go. And she's like, okay, we're going to go boating. But before, she did not tell me that she didn't know anybody. She just said, do you want to come boating? And I was like, well, yeah.
So this is with a bunch of people you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I showed up and
It's a blind date.
yeah, I was like, oh, so how do you guys know each other? And they're like, oh, we don't.
Tinder.
It's like, oh,
We're like a 20-mile radius from each other. That's
Yeah.
how we know each other.
on a boat in the
Yeah.
middle of a lake. And I was like, they might murder me out here.
You're
I
like,
might die.
Do they look sketchy? Like, what? Am I being judgmental here? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. So that is how we met.
Okay.
So-
And was it love at first sight?
No.
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 That was a hard no.
No. So I dated his friend first. For
Okay.
like,
The friend that was on the boat?
yes, the one that was like the Tinder match with my
Okay.
friend.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure that's the story. That's what they all told me.
Yeah.
I don't know if they met before, but from what I was told,
That's how they met. Yeah.
But so yeah, I dated his friends for like 6 months, or his friend, not friends.
That's kind of a long time.
Yeah, like it was like dating friends, like nothing crazy, just like
Gotcha.
going
Nothing
out on dates.
serious.
Yeah. And then I was just like, I'm done with you. And
I'm
so,
bored. Bye.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then I started dating my husband, and we dated for like, I wouldn't even consider it dating. I think we went on one date, and then he was like, I'm just too busy. And I was like, that's fine, because I was
good.
not ready to like settle
Yeah.
down.
Because you're 20 at the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we were just like really good friends and would like still hang out because like we had a group of friends that we all hung out with.
Are you guys the same age?
No, he's 4 years older than me.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I want to say it was like 6 months later. Then for real were like, okay, maybe we do want to date. And then we started dating again. And then after like a month, we were like, okay, we're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Nice and quick. Like,
yeah.
We're each other's person.
Yeah. And then I want to say like 6 months later, we were engaged.
That's typical Utah.
Yeah.
Are you both members of the church?
No. Like I was baptized and so was he. But ever since my parents got a divorce, I've never been back.
Gotcha. So I'm assuming he didn't go on a mission?
No.
None of that. Okay.
No.
So you guys get married.
Yes.
And how soon after marriage did you want to start trying for kids?
Okay. So we met in 2017, engaged or started dating in 2018, engaged in 2019, and then married in 2020.
Okay.
So, and all of it.
So you were married during COVID?
Yes. And it was horrible.
Yeah. What was was it like a COVID wedding where like 7 people were there? Or did you say F it and you had a real wedding?
Well, so at first we were supposed to get married in April of 2020. And it was like
right when everything hit.
And we were like a month away from our wedding, I want to say.
That's a nightmare.
And we had to cancel it. And
did you lose all your money?
Well, so luckily his parents have a vacation home in St. George, and that's where we were going to do our wedding. So we didn't have like a venue, but like we still had the photographer and the videographer and flowers and everything.
And food.
Yeah. And so we had to cancel all that. And then that is when I had my miscarriage.
Okay. So you found out you were pregnant before your wedding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, so we canceled our wedding, and a week later I found out I was pregnant. And so I was like, oh, it was meant to be. Like, I don't know.
We'll just take a second.
Yeah. And then I had my miscarriage, and we were just like, let's just get married. And if nobody comes, so be it.
Yeah.
Like, so then we ended up getting married in July, and his parents have a cabin up in Island Park in Idaho.
Pretty.
And and that's where he proposed. So it's like
sentimental.
Yeah. So we were like, well, let's just do it up there. And if people don't want to come, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, we understand it's far away and you have to spend a night there.
Yeah. And COVID. So you can use that as an excuse. We won't be mad. Like, it's fine.
But like, we loved it. It was like such a small little wedding. There was still like a ton of people that showed, and it was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
So then you get married.
Yes.
And then at that point were you like, I really wanted to be a mom right now. I was excited when I saw the pregnancy test. Let's start trying right away. Let's go for it. Or did you need a break?
So when I found out I was pregnant, we had been trying.
Okay.
We'd been trying for like 6 months. And then that month we were like, if I get pregnant this month, then that means like for our wedding, I could be sick, and we didn't want to risk that. So that was the month that we didn't try, and I did get pregnant.
And what was the reasoning for trying before you were married?
We were just ready. Yeah.
You just were like, I don't care if I'm pregnant on my wedding day.
Yeah, which is like
I love that.
Because now I look back.
Most women are like, I don't even want like the chance of me being pregnant on my wedding day. Like, no. But you were like, no, we want baby. Let's go.
Yeah, like I think back of it now, and I'm like, what? We were ready that fast.
Yeah,
like it's insane.
So that must have been kind of it was any miscarriage is super sad. Yes. But that was something you wanted. Like at that time, it wasn't a surprise. It was you wanted this.
Well, it was like a surprise that it worked. The one month we didn't try, but we were so excited. So
that's sad. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Thank you.
So then, how soon after marriage were you like, let's try again?
So I want to say again, like we didn't try the month before our wedding. But then like it was just like continuously we were still trying.
Yeah.
And then obviously nothing was coming about from it, and had to do other things.
Yeah. IVF, right?
Yeah.
So because IVF, usually they say like wait a year before you go into IVF. But you had gotten pregnant before.
Yeah.
So was there a reasoning why you guys had to go the IVF route?
they say it's just like unknown, but like the like semen analysis from my husband, like some stuff on it was low, but the doctor was like, you should still
Be able to get pregnant.
be able, yeah. And they were like, we don't really know why you aren't, but it
So
should
how long
be
have
working.
you been trying?
So we tried for a year, and then that's when I did 2 rounds of Femara, which is like Clomid.
Clomid, yeah.
And then I did 1 round of Clomid. And that was just like with my normal OB. And then after that, they were like, they weren't doing anything. They wouldn't test my husband. They were like, you have to do a specific amount of rounds before we do anything.
Yeah, before you can go over down to IUIs and IVF and all of that.
Yeah. So we were just like
frustrated, probably.
Yeah. And at this point, it had been like a year. So we were like, okay, well, we're just going to take this into our own matters and go to someone else. So we went to reproductive care, and then we went to Utah Fertility. And at Utah Fertility, we just liked them more. So that's what we ended up going with.
Yeah.
But I think we did 3 IUIs.
It's a lot.
Yeah. And like, they're still expensive.
Yeah.
And then we were going to do a 4th one, but I was like, I just like,
it's not working. Like, let's go to IVF.
Yeah. And they usually say like by the 3rd or 4th, like it most of the time works. And I was just like, I don't even want to try
the
it
chance.
Again.
Yeah.
And so then after that, we were like, let's just do IVF. And so at this point, like, it'd probably been like a year and a half, because like we had to do all of those other things.
Right. You have to wait for all the cycles and everything, your hormones, all the regulations.
And you have to do like all the testing. Like I had to do the HSG, I think is what it's called.
HSG or HCG?
HCG. What's the pregnancy hormone?
HCG.
Okay, so it was a HSG.
Okay.
Which is where they go in and they put like a x-ray over you, and they shoot dye into your uterus.
I heard it hurts.
Yes. But do you have an IUD?
No.
Oh my gosh. I got an IUD after
the triplets?
having the girls. Yeah. And that was way worse. Like,
really?
Yeah. I'm like, this thing is going to just live in my body for the rest of my life.
Which is crazy, because usually they say like, oh, well, you probably had a C-section.
Yeah.
So like vaginally, you weren't loosened up there. Yeah. But they usually say your cervix is loosened, so it's not as painful.
Yeah.
But no, I immediately, when I was getting married, that's when I was like looking at birth control, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do the IUD. I did the one in my arm, the Mirena or something.
No.
It's not Mirena.
The IUD is the Mirena.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but it's in your Nexaplon.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's what it's called. In my arm, and I gained 50 pounds. Never lost it. Now I'm pregnant with my 3rd. So I took that out like 2 months after I got married. I almost didn't fit in my wedding dress. Oh. Like I retained so much water and gained weight so quick on it.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like cuckoo crazy, and I was like, this is a no for me. And I haven't done birth control since. Like pills, nothing. I'm like, put on a condom. Yeah. I'm not messing with me anymore. Okay?
Yeah.
We're done.
You have to be pregnant and
and give birth and take care of the baby after.
Yeah. And they can do something.
Oh, Caleb's getting a vasectomy the minute I know for sure we're done having kids.
That is like, I keep telling my husband, when are you going to do it?
It's fair.
Yeah. And we still have embryos. Like, if we wanted another, we have.
Yeah, no, he's good. Go ship it off.
Yeah, he's like, I am scared. It's sensitive. I'm like, oh.
Oh my gosh. Have you seen the TikTok where the girls are like, don't let them fool you? My husband walked out completely fine. Yeah. Like, they're fine. Like, I had stitches from my butthole to my vagina. I had an episiotomy, okay? I bled for weeks, and at the same time was breastfeeding a baby that was sucking the life out of my nipples.
Yep.
You're okay.
Yeah.
You can put a little pee pack on your pee pee and you're going to be just fine. Like, I can't. Yeah. So you do the IVF round.
Yes.
Were you trying for multiples? Were you like, the more the merrier?
Well, so we were just like, at that point, we were just like, anything to get pregnant.
Yeah.
And they told us, well, if you do 2 embryos, you have a more likelihood of at least one of them sticking.
Right. Yeah. The chance of them splitting is like 15% or something, right?
It's like under 1%, which is insane.
That's crazy.
Yes. And so when we did 2, the doctor was like, they told us like that you have the chance of it splitting. And we knew. But they were like, it literally is like such a low percentage.
Yeah.
Like we've never really seen it. They'd never had seen it in the Ogden
Fertility clinic.
But like they'd had it. I think there's one up here. They had it there.
Had triplets.
Yeah, from like the same. But in the Ogden clinic, they had never had it before, and I was
like, the chances are so low.
Yeah,
it's fine. That's do too.
And we joked like, oh, what if they split?
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Yeah, and then it did.
So when you find out that you're having triplets, walk me through the appointment. You go in there because well, first you find out you're pregnant.
Yes, 3 days later.
Because the crazy thing with the embryos is like once they're implanted, they're already like 3 weeks old.
Yes, 2. I think they're 2.
2. So yeah, you find out you're pregnant pretty soon.
Yes. So you do the transfer, and we found out, I think it was 3 or 4 days later. And I had so much like PTSD for my miscarriage when we went in to our appointment. Because I went to my first one, heard the heartbeat, everything, went into the second one. And that is when I had found out that we had a miscarriage. And so when we went into the appointment, I knew, like, I was psycho. I would pee on a test every single day.
Like, I need that line to get darker and darker and darker. Yeah.
Like, I think I probably peed on at least 20 pregnancy tests. Yeah. I had symptoms, everything. I knew I was pregnant, but I was like, when we went in, I was like, do not record. Yeah. Like, I'm not pregnant. There's no way.
Like, you're just so stressed.
Yes. And so when we went in and we saw one, we were like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, and there's 2. And like, my husband's never been to a ultrasound. Like, he doesn't know what he's looking at, a little blob.
It all looks like a bunch of just black
and white.
Black, white, gray blobs.
And so, and I'm laying there and she like zooms in and she's like, doesn't really say anything. And I'm like, what?
You're like, what's happening?
And she was like,
when you first heard 2, were you like, oh my gosh, twins?
Yeah, we were like, oh my, like dying.
Yeah.
Like so excited.
Yeah, because twins are doable.
Yeah, I can do twins.
Like, it's scary and exciting, but like people have twins all the time.
Yeah,
like, we can do twins.
So common.
There's one of me, one of you.
Yeah, we got this.
Twins.
Yeah. And then she zooms in. And then she zooms in a little bit more and she's just like, and she literally was like, so I think there's a 3rd one. And I was like, no.
Oh. I can't even imagine being the ultrasound tech. Being like, I don't want to fuck this up and tell you there's 3 and give you an actual heart attack. But I'm pretty sure there's 3.
And like, I've seen like an ultrasound. Yeah. I know what it looks like. And so like when she zoomed in and before she said it, like I saw the 2. And so we saw it, but my husband was sitting there in the corner. Like,
he's still trying to accept the fact that he's having twins.
Yeah. So then she's like, so there's a 3rd one. And I'm like, no. And she's like, yeah, it's right here. And I look over at my husband and it is like, he'd like seen a ghost.
Oh,
like,
I'm sure.
It was like, I still, like, I wish I could take a picture of his face
don't
in my
record
head.
this, freak. I wish we would have recorded this.
Yeah. And then like we heard all of the heartbeats, everything, like they were measuring right where they should be, everything. Oh my gosh. And we got out and we were like, holy shit.
And you would have been what, like 5 weeks pregnant?
Yes. I think
5 or 6.
I might have even been less. I know I was looking
to hear a heartbeat, you had to be at least 4.
Yeah, I want to say I was like 4 because they do them like they do blood work multiple times, and then like their first ultrasound is like
was
really soon.
Was the ultrasound vaginal then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you're probably 4 weeks then.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and so it was his mom's birthday the same day, and so we were like, hey, like meet us over here. We just want to like tell you happy birthday, and so we met her and. Like, that's, like, we told everybody that day because we were like...
You're like, I can't keep this in.
No.
I have 3 babies inside of me.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit. Still to this day, like, I still am like, I remember exactly how I felt like that day because it was, like, so shocking.
All the thoughts, like, happy to be pregnant, but holy crap, can I do this?
Yeah.
What if I... then you have the scary thought about miscarriage again,
Yeah.
because if you've had a miscarriage, that's always in the back of your head.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Always.
And you're thinking to yourself, there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Like, are they all going to be healthy? Are they
Yeah.
all going to be okay? How are we going to pay for this? How are we going to
Yeah.
do this? How are we going to like
Everything.
Oh my
Every
gosh.
little thing. Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
So you tell his mom, you tell
Yeah.
your family, what do they say?
Like, they were like, what?
Did everyone just shit themselves?
Yeah. I called my sister and I was like, because she knew that we were pregnant. I mean,
Yeah.
most people knew we were pregnant. And so I told her, I was like, we're having triplets. And she was like, I have it on video with her as I was FaceTiming her. And she was like, no, you're not. And I was like, yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I really am.
She's like, holy shit. And
Wow.
just like everybody's reaction was like,
Well, it's just
astonished.
unfathomable. Like,
Yeah.
I have one baby in me, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
shocked.
ugh.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so how was your pregnancy?
It was great.
Yeah?
Well, I mean, it obviously had its up and downs. It was hard.
With the more babies, do you get more sick? Like, how does that work? You have so much going on.
Yeah. So when I was pregnant the first time, I was really sick.
Yeah.
Like throwing up, and I made it to 10 weeks with that one. And so like I knew what morning sickness felt like. And
Yeah.
I was throwing up like multiple times a day with just one. And to compare that to like the 3, like I would say it's pretty close.
Pretty close.
Yeah. I mean, I was only pregnant till I was 10 weeks. And
But
with,
still, 10 weeks
yeah.
is almost the second trimester.
yeah. And then like with my girls, I was sick until I was like 15 or 16 weeks along, like throwing up.
Do you feel like you showed a lot sooner?
Um,
Because at 10 weeks with your first, you probably weren't showing at
No.
all.
I mean, I just like looked chubby.
Like, probably not. You probably felt that,
Yeah.
but nobody else
Yeah.
would notice.
No.
But with triplets, you got 3 little beans in there.
Yeah. I feel like when I like laid on my back flat, like you could definitely like see.
Yeah.
But like I wasn't really showing for like a while.
Because I stalked you, of course,
Mhm.
before this. And I was like, she doesn't. The way you looked pregnant with triplets is how I look 30 weeks pregnant with one baby.
Thank you. No
I'm
way.
like, how did her body do that? Like, you pushed out full-size babies, but you did not look like you were carrying triplets. It was
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Did
like,
people say that a lot? Were they like,
oh yeah. People would be like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know
like, they're 3 pounds
Yes,
each, I think.
yes.
We don't like, because
Yeah.
how big were they when they came out?
Let me look so I can tell you the exact because I should have this memorized, but
No, you shouldn't.
I don't.
No, you shouldn't. There's 3 of them. You shouldn't.
Okay, so one was 3 pounds 15 ounces, so almost 4.
Okay, yeah.
The another was 2 pounds 15,
Yeah.
so really small, and then the third one was 4 pounds 2 ounces.
Okay, yeah. So they all were in that same
Yeah,
kind of range.
still pretty
but
small.
very small. Because how far along were you when you gave birth?
34 weeks.
And with triplets, I mean, what's like the time frame that they want you to keep those babies in as long as possible?
My doctor was going to take me past 35,
Yeah.
but Ella, the one that was 2 pounds 15 ounces, so she's an identical to Scarlett,
Okay.
which was the 4-pounder,
Okay.
and so she was just like,
Does that mean they share a placenta?
yes, they shared a placenta, but they did not share a sac,
Okay.
which is better for us,
Yeah.
well, for me and for them, because then they had like less likelihood of like tingling up and like
And all that. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. I'm just like picturing 3 babies inside
Yeah.
of a body.
Insane.
It's like women are badasses.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you grew 3 humans at the same
Yeah.
time.
I know.
It's insane.
That's what I'm like. I had 4 brains inside of me. Like 4.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
I can't imagine like having like quadruplets.
Well, and you see the pictures of their stomachs and it's like,
yeah. Ripping.
are you okay?
Yeah.
Like you want to like carry it for them
Yeah.
because it's like
Scary.
hanging off their bodies.
Yeah.
Like get her like some kind of lift
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
to like lift up her body, her stomach for her because it's hanging down.
Yeah.
So you had a C-section.
Yes.
So at 34 weeks, were there reasons why he wanted to get you in? Because you said he wouldn't let you go past 35.
Yeah. So it really just came down to like Ella wasn't growing at the pace that she should have been. And so he was like, if she has more, like, a better chance of her growing faster and at the rate she should be in the NICU.
Yeah,
So we were like, if that's what you think is best for her, then let's do it.
for sure.
So that's why we did that.
So you scheduled the C-section.
Mhm.
Before the C-section date, though, what was preparing for the baby? Like the 3 cribs, 3 car seats. Like,
Yes.
how overwhelming was that?
It was very, very, like, I look back now and I'm like, I don't even know how I made it through my pregnancy. It was so stressful because it was like every 3 weeks, I think it was, I was going to my OB.
Right.
And then every 2 weeks, I was going to my MFM, my high risk doctor.
Yeah, because they want to check and monitor everything.
And then after 16 weeks, I was going every 2 weeks to my OB. I think I was going like almost every 2 weeks for both, around there, which is like insane.
A lot.
Yeah. And to like my MFM appointments were like an hour to an hour and a half long.
Really? Were they all ultrasounds?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes they would be longer, like, and just like laying flat on your back.
Oh, it's the worst. You can't
Yes.
breathe too.
No.
You're like,
Yeah.
feel like you're suffocating.
Yeah. There was one time that I was like, you have to stop. Like, I might pass out. And I
Yeah.
had to like sit up and like
Yeah.
get air.
That's how I feel when I get my eyelashes done. I'm like, I can relate. I get my lashes done, takes an hour.
It's because like something like right on like where your uterus lays is like pressing on your organs or something.
Yeah,
and that's why
everything. You can't breathe.
Yeah. And it makes the blood something.
Yeah, the blood flow can't get,
Yes.
and that's why I say you shouldn't lay down because it's bad for the babies. Because
Yeah.
the blood flow also can't get to the babies.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. So I always like had to like lay on my hip, and then like my hip would go dead and I had to like switch. And it's like, I feel like an inconvenience when I'm like, I'm uncomfortable. Can I move?
Yeah. You're like, I've been here forever and I really need
My
to
back
get up.
hurts. I'm thirsty.
And I need to
I'm
pee.
hungry. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure you had a baby shower.
Oh yeah.
Did you get spoiled? Like, did people help?
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's already expensive, one baby.
Yeah. My mother-in-law, like, she is the best at throwing like insane parties. And
Over the top.
yes. So she like went
All
crazy. Yeah. And it's awesome.
You weren't the first to have babies, were you?
No.
Like, they weren't the first grandbabies.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Most of his siblings, he has a younger brother.
Don't mind me just moving around.
You're
We're like talking about how pregnancy's uncomfortable. And I'm like, let me get back in my comfy spot again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He has a really young brother, like in junior high, I think. But then, like, other than that, all of his siblings are a lot older, and they all have they all have kids. Yeah. So we were like the last ones besides him.
What was something that, as a triplet mom, you're like, we needed this baby product?
The baby Brezza.
Oh, is that like the espresso machine for formula?
Yes. That is a lifesaver.
I bet.
Because I did pump exclusively for 3 months, and that was hell.
No, it's hell for one baby. I can't imagine 3. Like, were you just always attached to a pump?
Yes, always.
And you don't even get to like spend time with your babies because you're pumping.
Yeah. Yeah. So I did that for 3 months, and then I was finally like, I can't. Like, for
mental health, you can't.
And to just like have time for myself for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have any time.
No, that is very impressive that you did that for 3 months.
So yeah, I would say like if you were going to formula feed, baby Brezza. 1,000% worth the money.
Okay. Everyone put it in your registry if you're having twins or triplets.
Even one.
Maybe I should get one. I'm like going back and forth if I am going to try to breastfeed or not.
Yeah.
Because I had a breast reduction, so I don't even know if I can.
Yeah.
It's going to be like we'll find out when it gets here type of thing. But formula's great. Don't hate yourself if you use formula. Mm-hmm. Honestly, the whole breast is best is not true. Fed is best. Like,
yes, exactly.
As long as your baby is breathing and fed and alive. Like, breast milk has all of like the specific vitamins, of course. And it's better than formula.
Yeah.
But formula, I was a formula baby.
Yeah. So
and
was I.
Like, you can't even tell.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea. Like, it's not like people were walking around, you're like, I can tell that baby was formula fed.
Yeah, that baby was on the boob for way too long.
Yeah. No, like, you literally can't tell. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
So.
And, well, so their neonatologists, when they were in the NICU, they said that they had to be on a formula.
Well, to gain weight, I'm sure.
Yeah, and it's called NeoSure. I'm sure if you don't have a NICU baby, most babies that were in the NICU or like premature babies are on it. And I have one girl that's still on it, but they were all on it, and they had to have a specific amount of ounces a day of that, and then plus like breast milk if I wanted to do breast milk. But
no, because it has the exact ingredients that they need to grow.
Yeah.
So yeah, science. What did we do without science?
I know.
The freaking pilgrims who had to breastfeed their babies, the Mormons on the trail walking up. I can't. No.
Could you imagine being like?
But also, I don't produce a ton of milk. So I would have been the one that would have to like find a friend to be like my wet nurse and breastfeed my children for me, because with Bentley, I would pump for an hour and not even get an ounce. Like,
oh my gosh.
I just don't like, and when I would get milk, it was like watery with little floaties in it. It wasn't even like thick.
Yeah.
And I would try like there's a brand called Legendary Milk Supplies, which works for a lot of people. Didn't work for me. I would have oatmeal for breakfast every morning. I tried it all. Gatorade, water.
Yep.
Nothing.
I did it all too.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I would be screwed if I didn't have science. Yeah. So thank you, scientists, for creating formula for me, and millions of other women out there.
Yes. So
you have your C-section. Were you scared? Were you excited?
I think I was both. This sounds so dumb, but like when they kept pulling babies out, I was like, I really had 3 in there?
No.
Holy shit. Like I knew there was 3.
Baby A, baby B, baby C.
Yeah, but like seeing them, I was like,
that's a real baby.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like I probably sound so dumb right now, but
no.
But I was like, another one?
Like,
and another one?
Wow. Because it's real then.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And they were so little. Were they crying or were they silent?
Oh yeah, they were crying.
They were?
Yeah, they were crying, screaming. It was great.
And I'm sure they had to go straight into the NICU. Like you didn't get to hold them or anything.
No. Yeah, I saw them, and then the OR C-section room, whatever that's called, is connected straight to the NICU. So they took them straight to the NICU, and then like my husband could go over there. I think he stayed and watched all 3 of them get pulled out, and then went to the NICU. But he was like,
did you have it on film? Did you film it?
Yes, the anesthesiologist did. I'll have to show you some of the videos.
Please do. I find it so fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm that weird girl that watched a breast reduction surgery before I actually got one. I was like, I want to see what like happens. And then I was like, ooh, maybe
why did I do that?
This. No, but I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So you have the 3 babies. They go straight to the NICU. You go into recovery room. How soon did you get to see them?
I think it was like 6 hours later. It was a long time. I had to be able to move to a wheelchair.
And C-sections, I heard, are like a very painful recovery.
I personally didn't think it was that bad.
Really?
Yeah. So
you probably were like, I don't have 3 babies in me anymore, so I feel
I can
great.
Breathe now. Yeah. And I mean, most people like they just get their baby brought right to them.
Right.
So for me, I was just like, I don't care about the pain. I just want to be able to get up so I can move to a wheelchair
and see the babies.
Yeah. So, and like my husband would come to like the recovery room to the NICU back and forth, and like he'd FaceTime me. So like the first time the first time I saw them was
in the OR.
But the first time like I really, really saw them was when my husband FaceTimed me, which like is so shitty.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to meet their baby over FaceTime.
You want to meet them in person. But you didn't probably get to hold them for a couple of days.
I did hold 2 of them that same day.
Just not your one that was 2 pounds.
I held her, and then I held Scarlett, which was the bigger one.
Okay.
And I think I just didn't get to hold Claire because I was like, I physically like can't sit here any longer.
Yeah.
Like
that's a lot of babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to see her, and like when they're that small, like you can't like
when they have the wires, you're like scared you're gonna like break something or like tear something out of them.
Yeah.
It's a little intimidating.
Yeah, and I mean they have like oxygen, they have an IV, they have a feeding tube, like they have it all. So it's very like,
It's intimidating.
yeah.
You're just like, I don't want to
Yeah.
ruin anything.
Yeah. And you can't like rub out their hand. Like you
No.
can only just like put
Yeah.
your hand on them because like the like stimulation can like overwhelm them, I think.
Oh,
So like,
yeah. Because they're still so little. They're
and like their skin is very like
very fragile, I bet. So how soon did you get to go home?
4 days.
4 days.
Yes.
And I'm sure that was hard to leave.
Yeah. That was like the worst day ever.
I bet.
Like leaving your babies at the hospital, nobody should ever do.
It's the saddest thing. I did it with Brooks, but it was very different than your situation because he wasn't a preemie. It wasn't triplets. But if you're leaving something that you just pushed out of your body that lived inside of you for 9 months, that you have this like bond with, like it's part of you, and to just leave it with someone, even though they're in the best hands possible,
for sure,
it sucks.
It's still hard. And luckily, my sister that I'm like super close with, she was a NICU nurse at the hospital that I had them at.
That is really nice.
Yeah. And so when I would leave, and if she was working, like she'd always be like, "Oh, here's a picture of so and so."
That's nice.
Yeah. Or like she'd be like, "Oh, I like your nurse. Like I know she's good." Like so it was very like
peace of mind.
Yeah. And they also like we had cameras on them from the hospital.
Oh, cool.
So we could watch them at any time. That like we could get on and look at them at any time.
Did a part of you try to just enjoy getting to rest a little bit before babies came? Because you knew once 3 kids were in your home, there was going to be no rest.
Yeah. So I think that's why my C-section recovery was like so not, I mean, it was still hard.
Right. But it was smooth sailing.
Yeah. Like I only took ibuprofen. And I think in the hospital, like they switched Motrin and Tylenol, I think is what they switched back and forth. Like I never really took anything stronger than that.
Like that was enough.
Yeah.
And also when you're breastfeeding too, they probably don't want to give you anything too strong if you were pumping. But how soon did babies get to come out of the hospital?
So Scarlett.
Was it one by one or all 3 at the same time?
So it was one, and then so Scarlett came home at 20 days. And then Ella and Clara came home on the same day at 25 days. So.
And was that weird having just one baby at home, knowing you had 2 other ones?
Yeah. Well, it was hard too because like I felt so like I felt like I had mom guilt for being like I'm not at the hospital with them.
Yeah.
But then when I was at the hospital with them, I'd be like, oh well, now I feel guilty for not being at home with the other one.
With the newborn.
Yeah.
Well, in your first night with just one baby, were you like, oh my gosh, we have 2 more coming? Like,
yeah.
Because it's not easy.
Yeah. And at the NICU, they were on the NICU schedule. So it's every 3 hours. Every 3 hours, they would wake them and change their diaper, feed them. And then like they would, like it's called cares.
Yeah.
So they would do that every 3 hours.
So that's what they're used to.
Yes. So every 3 hours, she would wake up and we would feed her and change her, everything.
Every 3 hours.
Every 3 hours. And that's how it was even like when we brought the other 2 home. And it was like that for probably like a month and a half. I can't really remember. I want to say it was for sure at least a month they were like stuck on that schedule.
Did you have help at all?
I mean, my sister that was the NICU nurse, she would come over like once or twice a week. But like my husband, they came home and my husband went back to work the next day.
Oh,
and I think they came home on a Saturday or a Sunday.
Do you want to push the mic a little bit closer to you? There you go. Wait, he didn't get like any kind of like paternity leave when you have triplets?
No. He stayed at the hospital with me the 4 days.
So you're a brand new mom.
Yeah.
With triplets at home. What did you ever leave your house?
No.
Like, was it like just each baby's in a baby thing and you just take turns changing, feeding.
Yeah. I mean, we had 3 swings and like I knew when their feeding time was, so I would be like prepared.
Yeah.
So I would hurry and like make a bottle for all 3 and I would lay them. We had we had 2 DOCA tots and then 1 Snuggle Me, and each one would have one, and I would prop them up.
all both hands
Yeah.
feeding them bottles.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I have a picture of me feeding 2 of them, one in my arm like this, and then I have my legs up on my coffee table like this, and one sitting in my on my thighs, and so I'm holding the bottle.
Oh my gosh.
Or I think I was like this. Yeah.
And that's only 2.
Yeah. And then the other one, I'm assuming she was probably set up
with another bottle
Or
somewhere.
I think my sister was there because she took the picture.
Yeah.
So I think she was feeding her.
So you didn't have a night nurse. You didn't have any.
No. And I wanted to, but then like at the same time I was like,
You felt guilty.
yes, I felt guilty.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
Because you need to be able to be alive. You need to
Yeah.
be like a functioning human.
Yeah. And so it was hard.
Yeah. How was your mental health?
It was really good.
Really? That's good.
Yeah, I feel like until just like a couple months ago, I was really like started to struggle, which is weird because like I get more sleep now. Like they sleep all through
Well,
the
you were
night.
probably in survival mode.
Yeah.
So you had so much adrenaline going through your body. You weren't even really able to live in the moment.
Yeah.
And now your body's catching up being like, actually,
You need to like chill.
we need to take a step back
Yeah.
for a second.
Yeah.
Because that was really fucking hard.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So now, and like when I was pregnant, I was like, I want a nanny. I want a nighttime nanny. I want someone to
Yeah.
come like twice a week because like I'm with them up all day
yeah.
and I can't, like my husband's at work from 7 to 6:30, 7 a.m. to 6:30 at night. Like then I feel guilty that if he's up all night long with them, like,
Then I'll have a hard time at work the next
Mhm.
day.
yeah. So we never ended up getting a nighttime nanny. They just started making like longer stretches.
Which
So,
is and how old are they now?
7 months.
7 months?
Yeah.
And what's it like now? Is it
It's crazier.
is it crazier?
Yes.
Because, well, are they crawling?
They're starting to like the army, like
Gotcha.
trying,
Yeah.
but like mainly
You're
like
like,
scooting
please
around.
don't crawl yet.
Yeah. Like I don't know if I'm ready for like
Like,
them to start.
Because what's a typical day for you at home? Like you wake up, give me the day to day.
Okay, so we wake up. They usually like wake up at like 8-ish.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah. But like I used to wake up at like 9 or 10 every day.
Oh, I'm
I
not a
am-
morning person.
No.
And I'm at the point now where my kids are old enough to where like I can lay in my bed and just like hear them and know they're alive and stay
Yeah.
in my bed.
Yeah.
But at that age, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like you can't just like turn on a show or like give
No.
them breakfast and go back to bed. Like
Yeah.
you have to be there.
Yeah.
Where now I'm like, okay, go play in the playroom for a minute. Mommy's gonna just
Yeah.
lay here for a second.
Yeah. And I sleep with the baby monitor on
Oh, I'm sure.
because they're in the nursery now.
Yeah.
But like if they're not crying, and sometimes I'll just like
Yeah.
lab in the morning, cry, like not cry, they just like squill, and I'm
Yeah.
like, if they're not crying,
They're fine.
I can lay here for a
Scream
few
when you
minutes.
need mama.
Yeah. You guys will know.
A mother knows
Yes.
when it's a real like you go get them.
Yeah.
Or it's like they're fine.
Yeah. So usually they wake up around 8 and then I feed them and then like change them, whatever. And then we like play with toys
What time does your husband go to work?
at like 7, I think.
In the morning?
Yeah.
So he's gone before you even get up with kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I don't know. When he leaves, I'm like, don't wake me up.
Yeah, you're like just walk out the door.
Yeah.
Don't wake anybody up.
Yeah. Just be quiet,
Yeah.
please. Yeah. So then they like, after I feed them and they I change their diaper. They just like play with toys. And then their first nap is like at 10.
And how long do they nap for?
If it's at home, they usually just like nap laying like,
Just
I don't,
wherever.
yeah, I usually don't like for their first nap. I don't usually like put them in their cribs because it's such a short nap that I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not worth it to take them all
Yeah.
the way upstairs. Put
Yeah.
them in a sleep sack, everything. So they usually just like fall asleep on the ground or
Yeah.
I'll
That's kind of
rock
nice because then
'em.
they'll learn
Yeah.
to like fall asleep anywhere.
yeah. And usually they sleep for like a half an hour. But if it was in the car, they'd sleep for as long as I'm in the car usually.
Oh, really? So do
Yeah.
sometimes you just like drive around?
Yeah, I'll go get a soda, drop my husband a soda off, and
Stay in the car and drive around.
yeah, at least for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then
That's what I would do.
yeah, and then they wake up at like 10:30 or 11, and I usually feed them again.
We have to feed them.
Yeah. And then they play again with some toys. And then, well, we've just started solids. So
Okay.
we feed them some purees. They've been starting to like that. And then it's time for a long nap around like 2.
Gotcha.
So I make it from like 10:30 to 2, which is a long time.
That's a very long time.
To just like entertain
Yeah.
3 babies.
And how long is their long nap?
It's like 2 hours.
Okay.
2
Not long enough, but that's long.
Yeah, sometimes it's 3, depending on how tired they are.
And is that when you do, like, you take care of yourself?
Mhm.
Like, you
That's when I shower,
shower,
clean the
go
house.
pee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they wake up. I feed them again.
Have to eat.
And then, like, we just chill. Sometimes I watch Miss Rachel.
Yeah. What time does your
and,
husband get home?
Like 6:30.
Okay. So when do you have time for yourself besides naps? Like, do you schedule out a day a week? Like, do you go to the gym?
No.
Do you get your nails done? Do you do anything
Yeah.
for yourself? At this point in this stage of
Yeah.
life, have you been able to figure that out?
So I just like started having a nanny come. She sometimes comes like once a week, once every 2 weeks. And I just go and grocery shop.
Well, it's probably therapeutic just to be like alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I go and get my nails done, but my nanny also just like finished nail school. So she does my nails.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So life is pretty much just triplets,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and you're good.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to come and like rescue you or anything. Like, you're good.
I mean, occasionally.
And like, are you close with your friends? Like, do you get to go out on girls' nights? Like,
If I told my husband, like, I want to go out tonight, he'd be like, okay.
yeah,
Like, he's so good at, like, if I tell him, like, I want to go do this with my friends or I want to go do this with my sisters, he'd be like, okay,
yeah,
go for it.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
As it
so-
should be.
Yeah.
You're a team.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
has this affected your marriage? 3 babies.
It's been hard.
I can imagine.
I mean, any kid, I would assume, is hard.
It changes.
Yeah.
Changes like your intimacy.
Oh,
Changes
yeah.
your dynamics.
Yeah.
You're both tired.
Yeah. And like for us, for the longest time, like our like bedroom time, whatever
Yeah.
you want, like intimacy time, like we were trying to have a baby.
Right.
So for the longest time, it wasn't really like for fun,
Which
is so
I know.
bad to
That's
say.
like the best advice I can give to anyone is always make sure it's fun.
Yes.
Don't let it
for
be a
sure.
chore.
Yeah.
It's
And
supposed
that's
to
what
be
it
fun.
Yeah, that's what it was like a chore. And so now that like we don't have to worry about that, it's like a whole new world.
Yeah.
Which is like,
And now you're like, we do not want to get pregnant.
Yeah.
So taking all precautions.
Yes.
Okay.
I have dreams all the time that I'm pregnant and I'm like, oh my gosh.
You wake up just sweating.
Yeah, I'm like, am I pregnant? No, I mean, I would be shook.
I
I
would
would-
be shook.
Yes. I would, obviously God sent that baby because we had to go
It's
through
meant
all
to
that.
be. Yeah. It's
And
going to
I'm
be
on-
the next president of the United States.
Yes. I would love that thing dearly, but I would probably shit a brick.
Yeah. It'd be really freaking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm on birth control.
Right. You have the IUD.
Yes. Which is
the painful
always,
IUD that you said is staying
Yeah.
in there forever.
yeah, it's not always, it's not
Yeah.
100%, but
What have you guys done to like stay connected?
we always like try to make sure that like we go on dates.
Good. Just have alone time.
Yeah, we did just get a hot tub. So I feel like we hot tub like every
That's
night.
nice.
And that sounds so stupid.
Simple.
And yeah, so simple, but like
It's a time together.
before, like we were just putting cuz the girls have like a bedtime. They
Yeah.
go to bed at pretty much at like 7:38.
Yeah.
And then before it was like we would eat dinner and then like we'd watch a movie and look at our phones.
Right. You're not
And it
spending
wasn't
time together.
Yeah. And now it's like, and that is so dumb that like we had to get a hot tub to like,
No, it's not, because a lot of people, I probably need a hot tub.
yeah, because you can't sit on your phone. Like you can't.
You have to be with each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is like so dumb to be like, we had to get this. So we
No,
would
I
talk.
think that's great. No, I think that's great. I
But-
think you're in a phase of life where life is super busy.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of time to yourself, and it's easy to get dragged into scrolling TikTok and Instagram
Mhm,
when you are
mhm.
just like that's a routine.
Yeah.
So when you have something that can pull you out of that routine,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So we do that. And then like before that, we at least would try to do like once a month, go on like a good date.
So I'm assuming probably no traveling anytime soon. Have you taken the kids on a trip?
We went to St. George for New Year's and it was good, but that's when Ella got RSV. Well, they all had RSV.
Yeah.
But that was like the start of it. So we left early. So
And sick babies.
Yeah.
Poor things.
It was fun, but like she wasn't feeling good the whole time, so it was like stressful and like with the medicines shortage, we couldn't find medicine anywhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was kind of scary.
Yeah. And because which one was in the hospital for a little bit?
Ella.
Ella.
And she was the 2-pounder.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
But everyone's healthy now.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes.
February and January are the months from hell.
Yeah.
They're just sicknesses and gloominess and snow and cold and immersion. And it's just
not fun.
It's depressing.
Yeah.
They're not very fun months. So my biggest question is, do you want more kids?
I think like me and my husband are like pretty like we feel so good with these 3.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
3 was always our number. Like when we like would talk about it before we had them or like knew that we were having triplets, like we were always like 3 sounds like such a good number for us. Like,
that's what I'm telling myself. 3 is good.
Yeah. And like if we ended up getting pregnant like by a miracle, that would be great. But like we are
feel content.
Yeah.
So we need to schedule his vasectomy then.
Yeah.
Like, it's time.
Chop chop.
Like it's time. You're content.
Yeah.
It's good. We don't need any what do they call it when you have a baby? A caboose baby?
Yeah.
Like in 10 years?
Yeah. Oh no.
That would be so hard.
Yeah.
You're like out of that phase of life.
Yeah.
You've gotten rid of all the clothes. And then 10 years later, pregnant.
No.
And you're like 35 and you're like, I'm over this phase.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah. I know that's like, we always talk like if we did have another, it would be in like 5 to 8 years. And I'm like, but then we're at a good stage. Like they're in school. We don't have diapers. Like we don't have like these teeny little car seats.
They can make themselves cereal.
Yeah. Like I don't think in 5 years or 8 years, like we're going to want to do that.
No.
But
you'll feel freedom. You'll be like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we're really happy like with what we have. And we really like want to focus on these 3 and like give them like the funnest, like
best life possible.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, you guys are a beautiful family.
Thank you.
And they're so cute.
Thank you. They are crazy.
They're so cute. And it'll be so fun to watch them grow up and like their personalities and see if they're similar or different. The identical twins, can a stranger tell them apart? No. Their size is the same. Everything's the same.
No. So Ella is still she's only 2 pounds smaller than Scarlett, which sounds like such a small.
But it's big when they're like only 18 pounds.
Yeah. So when I look at them, like size wise, I'm like, oh yeah, I can totally tell them apart. Yeah. And Ella has on her eye, she has like a stork bite. So it's like kind of red on her eyelid, but that's going to go away with time. So
they're identical. And then remind me the third one's name. Claire. And can you already kind of tell like their different personalities?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like, it's so crazy because they're so small.
Right.
That I'm like, how could you already tell a personality? But I'm like, they all have
You're stubborn.
Yes.
You're sweet.
Yeah.
You're going to be a little rebel.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, you have your hands full.
I know.
I'd say let's have a play date, but I don't even know
where to begin.
Like where to be. Like I will come to you and my kids will help you feed your kids.
Yeah.
I'm like I think Bentley and Brooks would be so fascinated by 3 babies.
Oh yeah.
All the same size, just in the same room. They'd be like, wait, they're sisters?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Because it's crazy. Triplets.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's insane.
Well, thanks for sharing about motherhood and triplets. That was so fun. And I just still can't believe you had 3 babies in you.
It was crazy.
It really is.
Yeah.
But amazing.
Yes.
Such a blessing. And they're so lucky to have you as a mom because you are such a good mom.
Thank you.
Your TikToks, your Instagram. I know it's only like a small part of what people see, but you can tell just how much you love your babies and put so much
Thank
time
you.
to just give them a really good life. So
Thank you.
thanks for being here.
Yes.
Let's take out some trash,
Yes.
shall we? Before we take out trash, we have a sponsor sponsoring today's personal trash, and it is Parkway Avenue Design. I went to their Valentine's event. We did I can never say this word, charcuterie?
Charcuterie. I don't know.
Charcuterie, whatever.
Is
you
it
guys,
car or is it char?
Karlee, tell me. Charcuterie.
Oh,
Charcuterie board. Yep, that's what we did. And it was so fun. And they have the cutest showroom. It's like a boutique, and they have all of their furniture. The style is so timeless, but also like just fun. Like, because you know, sometimes timeless pieces are kind of just like boring and plain. Everything just has a lot of character and so pretty. But they do custom orders in store from several places. So if you don't have what you're looking for in stock, they can get it. They're a full service design firm. So they do new builds, remodels, space planning, local and remote design, and interior decorating. If you are interested, go to their website at parkwayavenuedesign.com. And if you mention me, you get $50 off a design consult, which is $150 value. So follow them on Instagram. It's Parkway Avenue Design. I don't know about you, but I love following home design accounts because it gives me inspiration.
Oh, yeah.
It also makes me feel like my house is really ugly.
Yes, same.
Like when we walked into the showroom, I was like, wait, I want all of this furniture. I'm like, this is beautiful. I told her, I'm like, when I'm at the point where I can redo my entire house, I will be calling you.
Yep.
But I really do love following these accounts that just have the prettiest furniture, the most prettiest setups, and everything works.
Yeah.
That's why I need an interior designer, because I can like do one room, but it's not going to flow with all the other spaces.
Yeah.
So they do a really good job over there. So if you're interested, you guys go check them out. Again, it's Parkway Avenue Design, and their showroom's located in Draper, Utah. Personal trash. Do you want to go first? What's happened to you this week? Any shows, any drama, any life updates?
I mean, not really. This last weekend, I was in Idaho for my sister's funeral.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind me asking, what happened?
She took her own life.
Okay.
Yeah. So depression, suicide.
Was that something that you guys all knew she struggled with, or was it surprising?
It was surprising. Very.
Really?
Like, I think it caught everybody off guard. We knew that, like, we didn't, like, know. We knew in the past that she had like, depression, but, like, we didn't know how bad she was struggling. Yeah.
It's usually how it goes, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's they're suffering in silence.
Yeah.
They don't tell people, and you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, even just recently, like, with Twitch, who killed himself, and everyone was like, he's the most happy, most positive person. You just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You really just don't know.
Yeah. So my trash is kind of sad.
That is very sad. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. So I'm very, like, when I listened to your podcast last week about, like, your depression, like, it very, like, hit close to home.
Yeah. It's a real thing. And I think a lot of people struggle with it, and they don't talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
And again, they suffer in silence.
Yeah.
And it's like this thing that they're embarrassed by.
Yes.
But it's also a chemical imbalance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not, you're not crazy. Like, something is actually wrong. Like, you can get help, you can change it, you can make it better. But sometimes you get to a place, like I said in my last episode, where you truly, like, just don't think it's worth it anymore. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you honestly in your head think you leaving is better.
Yeah.
Is the better decision. Yeah. Will be okay. Everything will be fine.
Yeah.
I just need to go.
Mm-hmm. And, like, for people that haven't been in that position, like, when people are like, oh, it's so selfish. Like, I cannot believe that they would do that to the rest of us. Like, you've never been there.
It's dark.
Yeah.
They're in such a dark headspace.
It's hard to get out.
Yeah.
Because I'm like postpartum depression.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like for the longest time, like, I felt so guilty because I was feeling the way that I was feeling.
Yeah, you felt good.
Yeah. But then, like, I felt so good for a long time. And then, like I said, like, the last couple months, it was, like, downhill. And I don't know if it was, like, seasonal depression, and then like
It's probably just catching up
postpartum.
on you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you had all that
Yeah.
adrenaline. You were in survival mode.
Yeah.
and
But
now it's
finally, like,
wow.
yeah, my sisters were like, it's okay to like get on medication. And then
Oh,
like you feel
yeah.
like, and then I also had like a guilt of like, I'm getting on medication,
Right.
even though like I should be so happy
Yeah.
because I have these precious little babies.
Like, how could I be depressed? My life is so great.
Yeah.
Like, I've felt that way almost my whole life where, I started taking medication when I was 16.
Okay.
So I've been on it for 10 plus years. And it got to a point where when I was suicidal back when I lived on my own, I was sick of depending on a pill.
Yeah.
I hated that this pill was the reason I was happy. And it was messing with me. I was like, am I even a happy person then without this stupid pill? Like, do I even have goals and aspirations without this pill? And so I almost had like this negative relationship with this pill because I just hated that I needed it.
Yeah.
So I stopped taking it cold turkey. Which a lot of people do. And that's when your depression and your suicidal thoughts get so bad because your body is like, what are you doing? Like, we were just taking this pill to help with the chemical imbalance that you have. Now you're off of it cold turkey. We don't know what's going on. And that's what triggered a lot of my suicidal thoughts, was cutting it off cold turkey.
Yeah.
So my biggest advice to people with depression is, if you're on meds, take your meds. Like, don't just stop. If you're feeling that negative feeling towards your meds, that relationship is toxic, and you're like, I hate that I depend on you, go talk to your doctor about it. Like, let's find a different solution than just cold turkey, because you need it. It's a medicine. And it sucks.
Yeah.
But
it's also okay to like get on the medication.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to talk to people about it. And I think that I was like so embarrassed.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want anybody to know that I was on a medication.
Like, I'm a crazy person.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No.
So,
no, yeah.
For those that like feel in that spot, like, know that you're not alone. Like, you're not crazy.
And we want you here.
Yeah. And yes, we want you here. And
it's a real thing.
Yeah, it is real.
And it's hard. Sorry you went through that. Your whole family is going through that right now.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Thank you.
Anything happy? Any good shows? Any good food? Any good sex? Like anything happy this week?
I do think, I mean, this is like the end of the week. We are going to the All-Star game.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I don't know who's playing. Who's playing?
Do you know what the All-Star game is?
Nope.
It's just like, it's basketball.
Oh, okay. Is that when like different players from all the different teams come? Are they doing it here in Utah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just at like the
at Vivint.
Well, now it's the Delta Center again.
Delta
Arena or something. They changed it.
Yeah. Back to the
that'll
OG.
be fun.
Yeah. So,
are you getting like one of the suites? Are you doing the stands?
Just a.
Well, they're probably expensive tickets.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing all the All-Stars.
Yeah.
Do you like how I'm like, oh, that's exciting. Who's playing?
But I do know Post Malone's going to be there.
Shut up.
He's singing. Yeah.
Okay. I would just go for that.
Yeah. When my husband sent me that, I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah. Wait, I want tickets.
Yeah.
If anybody's listening, hook it up. I'm like, that sounds freaking fun. I love Post Malone.
Yeah. And I know there's like people in the halftime that are singing, but I've never heard of them. Maybe if I heard their songs, I would know. But when I saw
they're
their
probably
name,
on TikTok.
Yeah.
That's how I'll hear a song and I'm like, oh, I know this from TikTok.
Yeah.
No idea who the artist is.
Yeah.
No idea anything, but I somehow know their song because of TikTok. So
yeah.
Well, that'll be exciting.
Yeah. So we're going to that.
When is that? On Saturday?
It's like a whole weekend because they have like I think there's like a dunk contest.
Okay.
And there's like a celebrity game.
I'm surprised it's in Utah.
I know. I think because every year they do somewhere different, I'm pretty sure.
Gotcha.
My husband's going to listen to this and be like, you have no clue what you're talking about.
This is not the sports podcast.
Yeah, this
we
is
don't know
not,
what we're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, but that'll be fun. I want to go.
Yeah. Donovan Mitchell's going to play.
Where is he? Who's he playing for now? The Cavaliers. Karlee over there. She knows her stuff. We don't know anything. Well, that'll be fun. Okay. Should I share my personal trash then?
Yes.
Yours is just sad.
Yeah, mine's not.
Mine's not sad. Mine's just Disneyland, which could be sad for some people who wish they were there. Could
Yeah.
be sad for
I wish
people
I was
who
there.
hate Disneyland. I'm not a Disney person.
What?
I went to Disneyland for my children. I'm not like when I see grown adults walking around Disney with no children, I don't get it.
What?
I don't understand.
That's me.
And I don't get it. No, that's how my best friend Maddie is. And I make fun of her. I'm like, you're a freak. You're a Disney adult.
Like,
I
what's
don't
wrong
get it.
with you?
Like, me and my husband, we were walking around. We see all these
What?
grown adults, and my husband's like, "Are they okay? Like, why are they here? Like, this is for children. Like, we just don't get it."
Did you go to Disneyland when you were like younger?
I have probably been to Disneyland and Disney World
The same.
9 times.
Oh, okay.
So I definitely, because I lived in Florida when I was little.
Yeah.
So I went to Disney World probably 3 times. Then
I hate Disney
I went
World.
on. Oh, see, I haven't been in forever, so I can't remember. I don't remember.
It's probably so different.
Actually, just kidding. I went when Harry Potter World came
Oh.
out because I had a soccer tournament there, and that was actually really cool. I think Disney is fun as a teenager, but as an adult,
So much better.
I don't know. Like, maybe it's because I'm pregnant and I couldn't ride any of the roller coasters
yeah.
anyways. I just don't like lines.
Yeah.
I don't like a lot of people.
Yeah. I could
They
see
did
that.
the fireworks show because we went on Friday, and the amount of people
It's like shoulder to
that
shoulder.
are standing to watch fucking fireworks. Have you never seen fireworks before? They all look the same. They
It's-
all look the same.
But they're so good.
But they're just the only difference is they're in front of a castle.
And the music.
No, I was dying. And like the way that the workers are like, you can't walk this way.
Yeah.
I'm like, get me out of here. Like,
Yeah.
I was getting anxiety.
Yeah.
There were way too many people. But it was actually really fun.
Oh, good.
I had a really good time. I think California Adventures is 10 times better than Disneyland.
You know, I get so sick on rides. I go for the food, I think is what I do.
And that's why I like California Adventures better.
Yeah.
Disneyland's food,
I guess that is true.
like
I would say California Adventures food is way good.
like if you're trying to get like a meal, go to California Adventures. If you want like a
Yes.
pretzel and a churro, go to Disneyland.
Yeah, for sure.
And we made the mistake of going to California Adventures first. So then
Oh,
when
so you had to go.
when dinner came around, we were like, freak, what do we eat? And
Mhm.
everything had like a 90-minute hour wait on like the little app thing.
Yes.
So we had pretzels for dinner because I was like,
Oh.
there's nothing else.
Yeah.
But at California Adventures, we had, it was called the Not So Little Chicken Sandwich in like the
Oh,
Avengers area.
Yes. I've had that.
Delicious.
Yes.
The tater tots, delicious.
That place.
It was so good.
Yes.
And then what else did I have? Actually, that's the other thing. I see all these people that eat all these snacks.
And you're like, where are they?
I'm like, where are they and how are you eating all of these? Because I'm full.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm full. I can't. I had one churro and I was like, I'm good. Like, I can't
Yeah.
go now eat a freaking macaroon. Like, I'm
Mhm.
full.
Yeah.
So maybe next time I just need to like starve myself for a week and then go, because I was like, I'm full. I can't eat another thing. But you feel like you're missing out if you're not eating this
Yeah.
stuff, because the only place you can get it is
Is there.
Disneyland and
Yeah.
Disney World and California Adventures.
Yeah.
But then I was thinking, I'm literally spending money to go somewhere to spend money.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because we didn't really go on a lot of rides
Yeah.
because I was pregnant
Yeah.
and Brooks wasn't tall enough for all of them. So we did like the bare minimum rides, like the little kid rides, but nothing really fun.
Mhm.
And so really all we did was spend money. It was
Yeah.
like, buy the kids the bubble machine. Oh, $30 a piece. Okay, $60 on bubbles. Okay. Pineapple, $10 for a pineapple. Okay. Churros, ice cream,
So bad.
sandwiches. I'm like,
So
we spent
expensive.
so much money.
Mhm.
And we had already spent so much money to get in.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's just so expensive. I don't get
Yeah.
it.
It is very expensive.
They're making, and like we were in the parking lot seeing all the cars parking. Each parking space is $30. So you think how much money Disney makes a day
Is
off their parks?
outrageous.
Millions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Millions. It's crazy.
But like, aren't they like crazy in debt?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure they are.
There's no way.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, we're Googling it.
Yeah.
Where's my
I
phone?
swear they are. If they're not, I'm dumb.
There's no way.
Not like just Disneyland. Like, I think Disney itself is all like way in debt.
Is Disney in debt? Disney long-term debt for the quarter ending. Oh my gosh.
Are they in debt?
$45.128 billion.
Told you.
Okay. But how is that even possible?
That's what I'm saying. How do you pay all this money for every little thing you do there and they're that in debt?
Oh my gosh. But then if I say, how much does Disney make a day? How much does...
It's insane.
How much do they make a year? In a year, they make $82.7 billion.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's just so much money to even, it's not even like fathomable. Like, that's crazy. But Disney was fun. And then we went to the beach one day and it was freezing cold, but my kids acted like it was still summer and they wanted to wear their swimsuit. And nobody was around because it was literally 59
Cold.
degrees.
Yeah.
And at the beach, it's even colder. But we just let them do it. And then we did a little boat ride. But what sucks is my nausea came back, like my pregnancy nausea. So I threw up so much on that trip. And I'm still like throwing up still. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? Why am I sick? I hate this.
Yeah.
With Bentley, I was sick my whole pregnancy. And with Brooks, I was barely sick. So this is like a mix of both pregnancies combined. But I'm over it.
When are
I'm
you
like
due?
done. June 2nd. So I have so much long to go. I'm 24 weeks. So we got a hot minute.
Yeah.
Hopefully it goes away soon though. Because you forget how horrible the nausea is until it comes back. And you're like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah. Anytime I get like car sick or anything, I'm like, oh.
Like triggers you. You're like,
yeah.
oh, it brings me back to
Yes.
the times of pregnancy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or even a smell. I'm like, oh, I'm
Yes.
going to go vomit now.
Yeah. That's how I've been feeling the past week. And I'm like, this sucks. Also, we had Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah.
Did you do anything for Valentine's Day?
No.
It was yesterday. We didn't do anything either.
Yeah.
Did your husband get you flowers?
Yeah, he got me flowers, but like, don't get me wrong. I love Valentine's Day. Like, who doesn't love getting flowers and candy? But I'm like, why do we have to like do this?
No,
to
I get
just
it.
post about it.
No,
pretty much.
No, that is exactly it.
Yeah.
It's let me show you how much better of my husband is
Yes.
compared to your husband.
And
I'm like,
please
okay.
tell me, why are moms
doing Valentine's baskets?
Yes. It
for
is
their babies.
not Easter. It's not Easter. It's Valentine's.
I feel like a horrible mom because I didn't get my kids like they didn't wake up to red balloons and the heart pancakes and lip gloss and candy, and I didn't do any of that. Yeah. And maybe I'm a bad mom. I don't know.
No.
But my husband also did not get me a single thing, not flowers, not chocolate, not anything. And I was thinking about it. There's 4 different types of men on Valentine's Day. There's the husband that really doesn't give an F and he doesn't care that you want it. And he's like, this is stupid. I'm not doing it. I will not buy you flowers. And they're just assholes. Okay. Mm-hmm. Then there's the husband that like the day of Valentine's Day, he's like, crap, I need to go get something.
That's mine.
Goes and gets a flower, gets a card. Then there's like the freaking unicorn husband that like pre-plans a date, orders flowers 6 months ago to make sure they get here in time because they're getting shipped from France. Like just a psycho. Okay. And honestly makes me wonder their sexuality because why? Whose husband is that into Valentine's Day? And that's the thing. These women post on their Instagram about their husbands, like literally going above and beyond on Valentine's Day.
Like, did they tell them?
It's like, your husband's a unicorn.
Go buy me these flowers. Like, did they tell them that?
Well, it's not even flowers. It's like everything. Over the top, everything, which good for these women. They secured the bag. They got a unicorn husband. But then there's the husband, which is the number 4, which is my husband, where he knows I want it. He knows I would appreciate, flowers or something, but he's just an idiot. He's just dumb. He's not doing it because he's mean or because he doesn't care. He just actually is so stupid. He can't seem to understand that you just go to the grocery store and you get flowers and you put them in the cart and then you come home. Like,
it's that simple.
And he comes to me and he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, he feels bad. Like, he's like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, but do you? Because you're that
Are you sorry?
Stupid.
Yeah.
Like, you literally could have just, on your way home, stopped at the Walgreens, gotten me a card and chocolate, and that would have been better than you coming home empty-handed.
Yep.
And people are like, well, did you get Caleb anything? No, of course not. Because why would I get something for somebody so stupid? I'm not to get him anything. Yeah. And I'm glad I didn't because he got home. Empty-handed. He got home at 8 o'clock last night. Like, I'm like, how was your day, babe? I've just put the kids to bed all by myself. Happy
Yep.
Valentine's Day to me. He's like, I'm so sorry. Work was busy. And I'm not going to be that bitch that's like, work is busy. I'm like, I get it. You work.
Yeah.
I get it was hard. Sometimes I think I'm a little too easy on him, and I've created like a monster, like just a dumb monster that doesn't understand how to like buy me stuff because I'm just so chill. I'm just like, okay, it's fine. Whatever. Love you.
My husband will like send me the link, or I'll send him a link and he'll just be like, can you just buy it on my card? And I'm like, I just sent you the link.
Like, just go.
And he did that for my birthday. I wanted a Joe Malone perfume.
Okay. Yeah.
He ordered it 3 times.
Why 3 times?
Because he didn't realize that he did it 3 times.
Okay.
And then he had to cancel all the orders.
So he might be an idiot too.
Yeah.
So
if you're listening to this, I'm sorry, but yeah.
There's idiot husbands. We have the asshole husband. We have the day of husband. We have the 4-month in advance husband. And then we have the idiot. And some of us have idiots.
And he ordered me a Lonely Ghost hoodie.
Okay, yeah.
And I open it because it was like a package.
Yeah.
So I open it. There's 2 of them. 2 of the same hoodie.
So he struggles with ordering things.
Yeah.
His thumbs might be a little too big.
Yeah, something.
When he presses the buttons.
Yeah, and I'm just like, that was probably like $200.
Yeah.
$180.
You didn't catch on?
You thought that the one hoodie was $180?
You need to be buying some nicer hoodies if that's what he's thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my husband, he really is sweet. And he's like,
Yeah.
we'll celebrate tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, I bet you money my husband comes home, still no flowers. Still no flowers. It's just not in his blood. He does not know what he's doing.
Flowers are great, but I would much rather have like candy, piece of cake. I love
foot rub.
Yeah.
Honestly, give me a back massage.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah. I mean, I love flowers, but like I just got a whole bunch of flowers
it's
last
just
week.
the thought.
Yeah.
I want to picture my husband walking through the store being like, what flower represents my beautiful, stunning wife? That one. And then goes to the card aisle and reads all the cards. This one's funny. She'll like this one.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to picture it because I told him the day before Valentine's Day, because me and my kids, we went to the grocery store to get groceries. And I was like, yeah, Mom, because he was in the kitchen and I was feeding the kids, and Bentley was like, yeah, Daddy, we went to the grocery store. And I was like, yeah. And we saw all the daddies getting Valentines, like trying to like hint to him, like all the daddies were there picking out their cards and their flowers. Like, it's tomorrow, right? And he's like, yeah. He's just an idiot.
You gave him a hint and
He's an idiot.
yeah.
We love him, but he's an idiot.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. Next year.
Yeah. Try again.
Next year we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. This kind of goes into pop culture trash, but do you watch the show You?
Yes.
Did you finish the newest episodes?
I have been watching them.
Okay. So I don't want to spoil anything. How
no,
far
I don't
along are
care.
you?
I like watch them, but then I also like look at my phone.
Okay. Well, the season was like, it's not over. It was like they stopped and they don't have like part 2 till March 9th. But I just have questions. I'm confused. He's in France. Spoiler alert if you're watching and you like don't want to know everything. Maybe fast forward like 5 minutes. It'll be a quick little recap here. But he's in London.
Mm-hmm.
And he's staying in a flat that belongs to this guy that he works with. And I'm like, so you're telling me he just happens to run into the guy he works with, and it's a rich guy, and he's like, here's my $3 million flat that you can live in?
Yeah.
And then the guy that gave him the flat, spoiler alert, dies, and he's still in the flat. And I'm like, this does not make any sense. Yeah. He's friends with all these rich people now. People keep dying.
Yeah.
I'm just very confused by how he always gets put in these weird situations.
Is it him that's killing?
No. He's like trying to be a good guy. And that's the other thing. You watch the show and you're like rooting for him. And then you're like, remember that he killed like a bunch 7 people and like women that were like just in his life. He was like, I'm going to be obsessed with you and then murder you.
Yeah.
And you're like, why am I rooting for this man?
Yeah.
But you are. You're like, yes, you go, Joe. Yeah. Joe, whatever his name is.
Didn't he change his name? Like,
yeah, now his name is.
Isn't it Jonathan?
Jonathan.
Is it Jonathan?
It's Jonathan.
Which I'm like, that's not. You go.
It's not that different.
Yeah, you go all the way over there, and you're gonna change it to Jonathan.
Yeah, which he did an interview with, I think it was Variety, and he talked about how he asked the producers for not as many sex scenes, like intimacy scenes, because he's never liked them ever in his line of work, and now that he's married, like he takes it really serious, and he just doesn't. He thinks it's messed up, which I agree. I think that'd be so hard.
Oh yeah,
to be in that industry and have sex with people in TV shows, but then go home to your wife or your husband.
Yeah.
That'd be so weird.
Yeah.
And so there hasn't been a lot of intimacy scenes. I think he's only had like 2, and they're very like borderline PG-13.
Yeah.
And it's like 5 seconds long. But he's kind of an interesting actor and guy.
Yeah. And
his name's Penn.
I don't like
Penn
the
Badgley.
beard.
I kind of like it.
Like, I like it, but then I'm like, I feel like it's not the same person.
No, he definitely looks different, but I think they were doing that on purpose.
Yeah, to make him look different. Yeah.
But the show's just interesting. But then he did the interview saying also when he was on Gossip Girl, because you know how he dated Blake Lively when he was on Gossip Girl?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he dated her. And I guess Blake Lively doesn't drink or party or anything.
Oh.
And a lot of the cast members, when he was on the show, like, were getting deep into that kind of substance and stuff. And he feels like if he wouldn't have been dating Blake Lively, he would have gone down a bad path because he was like trying to find himself. So he like thanks Blake Lively for like keeping him out of trouble.
Yeah.
So that was little pop culture news that went with my watching you. But now it's over until March 9th, and I'm really not like that invested.
It was like okay.
It was. I think it's because this time around, there's no girl that he's obsessed with.
Yeah.
It's like a completely different storyline.
Yes.
So you're just kind of waiting for like something like really cool,
Like
or
for him to kill someone or be obsessed with someone.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
But it's still good. Okay, the biggest pop culture trash. Rihanna's pregnant.
Riri
is pregnant.
Yep.
She performs at the Super Bowl. The Chiefs won, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The red team.
Yeah. The one brother. There's the brothers.
The one brother.
One of them won.
Yeah.
She performs, and so I was on the airplane when it was on, because I didn't know you could like watch live television when you're in the air.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah. So we're like sitting there, and the guy next to me is watching it. I'm like, wait a second.
I can watch that?
I can watch. So like he helps me like turn it on. I was like, I don't care about the game. I just need to watch Rihanna.
Yeah.
And she comes on, and the minute she comes out, and she like kind of caressed her bump, but I was like, was she touching her bump, or was she just like
adjusting?
Yeah. So the whole performance, I'm sitting there thinking, is she pregnant?
Or is she just like postpartum?
Like, yeah, I was like, is this her, loving her new body, showing women like you can show up no matter what your size is, like flaunt it, who cares? And I'm like,
which is great.
Loved it.
Yeah.
But the whole performance, that's all I was thinking.
And I was like, I swear she just had a kid.
Yeah. Her baby's 9 months old.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to be like Irish twins.
Yeah.
So
that's why I was confused, because I was like, is it just her postpartum body?
Yeah. Because she wasn't like actually caressing it, but she would kind of, and the way her pants were positioned.
Yeah.
It was like she was emphasizing on her stomach.
Yes.
So your eyes were going to it, but she wasn't straight up like when Beyonce announced it, she straight up like moved her jacket and like popped out her belly and rubbed it, It was very confusing.
Yeah.
But she's pregnant.
Yep.
She was pregnant. Have you seen all of the controversy about Illuminati with her?
Yes.
So I'm going to sound like a tinfoil hat person, like that believes in unicorns and fairies and stuff. But it was kind of weird. She did like the diamond sign or the triangle at the very end of her performance, and they didn't show it on TV.
That's what I was going to say. I feel like I don't remember seeing it.
They didn't. They didn't show it on TV, but people who were there were filming it.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of weird because the way her stage was set up was like a pyramid, like a triangle, and she was at the top.
She was floating.
And red is like
demon,
the devil color, or it could be the color of period blood.
Yeah, either way.
Everyone's like saying her performance was like a funny like thing with period blood. Like you start your period and all your husband's sperms are dancing around you, like because everyone's in these like white puffer suit things.
The marshmallow.
But she's at the very top, floating in her big red gown, and then she does the Illuminati sign.
Triangle. Yeah.
And everyone was like, "Oh my gosh!" And some people are now saying it's not Illuminati. She was doing a triangle because she was singing diamonds. I'm like, but diamonds aren't triangles. Like a diamond is 2 triangles. Like, she could have done like, oh, that looks like a vagina kind of.
Closer though.
She did something, So I just think it's weird they didn't show it on screen if it's not like a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you a tinfoil hat person? I feel like I'm kind of a tinfoil hat person. I believe in conspiracies sometimes.
Sometimes
I believe in Illuminati.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't heard of it, like heard creepy stuff in a while, and
I know it's been
really
very
scares
down
me.
low.
Yeah, scares me, so I try not to get like
I
in the
know.
rabbit hole.
I kind of try to just pretend like do a blind eye to
yeah,
it.
it's not real.
I'm like it's
It probably is, but it's
literally
not.
when this TikTok account like deep dived into her performance and like starts pulling out all these things, I'm like, okay, but like you could do that to literally anything. Like somebody could put together a whole thing about how I'm part of Illuminati because I did X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird, you know, the red, the choice of color.
Yeah.
The Illuminati sign. But I loved the performance.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good.
I did like it too.
Some people said it wasn't good enough, but I thought it was really good. I'm like,
But
also she's pregnant.
Yeah, I was gonna say also she's pregnant. Like, could you do half of the stuff that she was doing?
Like they were expecting.
I feel like I could not.
Yeah, they were expecting her to like get on all knees and like twerk and like do crazy dance moves. I'm like, she literally has a human inside of her.
Yeah.
Your
body
she's
can't
doing
move
great.
like that.
She's doing a great job.
Yeah, mine couldn't move like that.
No, not at all. But she's gonna be a mama again.
Yeah, that's so fun.
So crazy. She's like such a queen.
Yeah.
Her Fenty beauty line, killing it.
Yeah.
Her face, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Everything about her, she's just like a badass.
Yeah.
So I hope she's not part of Illuminati because I really want to root for her.
Yeah.
I want to love her.
Still like her.
Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. Rumors that they broke up, that they ended their engagement. She took off her engagement ring, deleted a ton of photos off of her Instagram. There's rumors that he had an affair or cheated on her with a guitarist named, let's see, what was her name? She wasn't. Here's the thing. How do you cheat on Megan Fox?
That's what I was literally thinking.
Like
she's like perfect.
How do you cheat on anyone? But
yeah.
Sophie Lloyd. Sophie Lloyd is the guitarist, but she has a boyfriend as well. And she just posted a photo with her boyfriend on Valentine's Day saying, Happy Valentine's Day. Love you.
Liar.
So, but then Megan and Machine Gun Kelly were together on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So what is going on here? I think it's publicity.
Yeah.
I think they haven't gotten a lot of attention on themselves lately.
Yeah.
And so they need to like spice things up a little bit.
Yeah. But didn't they like drink each other's blood?
Oh, that's like old news.
But like
they're weird.
You could have done something like that again. Like
true. They could have been like, we are going to sew each other's toes on each other's feet.
Yeah, something
like
weird.
Really creepy and weird. But I don't know. I just feel like they're the weirdest couple.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I think he's so ugly.
Yeah.
I don't get the attraction.
How did she end up with him?
I do not understand. If I could trade faces, bodies with anybody, it would be her.
Mm-hmm.
She's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
But
she's like perfect.
He's just kind of, and I feel like he's really young.
Yeah.
How old is he compared to her? I'm going to look it up. Machine Gun Kelly. How old? 32. Oh, I thought he was in his I thought he was like 29. And Megan Fox is 36. Oh, they're only like 4 years apart. But yeah, I don't think this is the end for them. I think they're just going to be like that toxic relationship that's always on and off, on and off. They're never going to actually get married.
No.
But didn't her engagement ring, it was made so that way it would hurt to take off?
Yes.
Like,
did he come up with that?
I don't know.
Like, that's weird.
That is so weird. But she took it off. So I'm wondering, like, how's your finger, girl? Like, is it okay? Did you get stitches?
Is it like when you stick your finger like in a straw holder thing?
Yeah. Well, I think it has like a pokey thing. So like if you take it off this way, it like cuts you.
Yeah.
So that's creepy.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Sister Wife news. If you watch Sister Wives, which I don't watch it religiously, but I have.
Yeah.
The wife, Christine, the one that Cody told her that he wasn't attracted to her anymore. So she left, got a divorce, which he's disgusting.
Yeah.
He is so ugly. Cody, if you're listening, you are an ugly fucking pig. You're gross.
And I think she is the prettiest one.
I'm pretty sure she's his first wife.
What?
This is Christine.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that,
they all look the same. They're all very homely looking women. But he's gross. He's just like, he needs to cut his hair.
Yeah.
He needs to follow the law and only have one wife.
Because are they in Nevada, Arizona? Where
I think they're in Nevada now.
Because they got kicked out of Utah.
Yeah, they went to Utah. They went to Las Vegas.
And they went
to Arizona.
Okay.
I just think that'd be so expensive to have all these wives and all these children. Like,
Yeah, how do you afford
how
that?
do you do that?
How do you afford it?
And then to tell one of them I'm not attracted to anymore, like, fuck off. Like,
Yeah.
you're gross. Like, go keep having sex with one of your other wives.
Yeah, go
like,
find another wife.
Like, you're gross. So she left him. Thank goodness. I want them all to leave him.
Yeah.
And she announces that she met the love of her life. She posted with her boyfriend. I don't know his name, but he seems like a good guy.
Yeah.
Oh wait, she didn't reveal his boyfriend's name. Yeah, no boyfriend name. But he seems like a good guy for her. He also seems like the guy that would drive a Harley.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
He'd have like a Harley jacket.
Yeah.
And hop on, Christine,
Yeah.
we're going.
Yeah, here's your helmet.
Yeah. But I'm happy for her. Everyone deserves to have only a husband that has one wife.
Yes.
I could never.
No.
And some of them are like, but wouldn't it be nice to share duties? I'm like, no.
Not at all. I'll do it myself.
Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
No. I could never be a polygamist. I could never be a swinger.
No.
Never, ever, ever.
No.
No.
Not even a soft singer.
Not even a soft. Not even spin the bottle.
Not even a softie.
Nothing. Nothing. I do not share. I'm not a good sharer.
Yeah. No.
So that's it for pop culture trash. Reality TV trash, there is none. Which means it's time for TRASHTOPICAN. But before that, another sponsor, Babe Original. I love them. Their lip mask was in my giveaway. It's the best. Thanks. Shout out to them for gifting those for the giveaway. Also, their brow amplifying serum, which I just started using, has made a huge difference. So if you're in the market for a brow serum, a lip mask, there's also the lash serum, which they're famously known for. Have you ever used any Babe Original products?
I use it right now. I use the lash serum.
It's game changer.
Yes.
I have lash extensions, so I only use it when I do have like picking sessions and I need to like grow my lashes. But the brow amplifier thing really has helped because I had like bald spots right here.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get that.
And I've been using it for like a month or two, and I really actually noticed a difference.
Huh.
And so I highly recommend. You can use Weekly Trash 15 for 15% off. They have a lot of other products, but the lip mask and the brow amplifier is what I use daily. So time for TRASHTOPICAN. You ready?
Let's go. Yeah.
I need to write some new ones. There's literally 4 in here. There's not a lot to pick from, so.
Better be a good one.
Oh, and there's a fuzz.
There's trash on it.
People honestly, sometimes when they come on, they throw their trash in here, and I'm like, that wasn't a real trash can.
You're like, come on now.
It's Weekly Trash. Come on.
Something that you never get rid of.
Something that you would never get rid of. Oh, I already know what my answer is. My baby blanket.
What?
I will never get rid of it.
You are not a baby blanket.
Oh, well, it's not my actual baby blanket because my baby blanket was thrown away by a maid at a soccer tournament. And that's the first time I said the F word. I think I was 12 or 13. And I said, that fucking maid threw away my blanket because it literally was a rag. It was a straight up rag.
No.
So now the blanket I have now was given to me as a gift from a family I nannied back in 2015. And it is now also a rag because I sleep with it every night.
Oh my god.
It is my baby. Yeah, my baby blanket. If my house is burning down and
You'll
my
take
kids
that.
are safe, baby blanket.
No, you won't.
Yeah. And I've tried to replace it.
What
I've
is
what's
it about it?
The
Like,
smell, the feel, and I wash it.
it's not dusty, rusty.
It's not dusty. I wash it at least once a month.
Once a month?
Well, it doesn't go anywhere. I like shower and then I get in bed with it.
You like wrap it around like a scarf?
I use it as like a pillow. Like it's like my pillow. Like, and I kid you not, if I have my blanket, I can fall asleep like that.
No.
If I don't have, like, I took my blankie on my honeymoon.
Your blankie.
My blankie. And my kids are blankie kids too.
Oh no.
I told my husband when we first met, because when I met my husband, I didn't have the blankie I had now. I was still using, I've had 3 blankies. I had my childhood blankie that the maid threw away. Then I used my backup blankie that turned into a whole raggedy rag mess. And that was the blankie my husband met me with. And he still decided to marry me.
Oh, he's a keeper.
And then when I was engaged is when I was gifted the new blankie. And I thought, okay, it's time to
Move on.
upgrade.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting married. You
Yeah.
know, I need to upgrade.
Yeah.
And so now I use that one and it needs an upgrade. And I've looked, I've searched, I've tried, but nothing has the same softness and just feeling of home. So I am a blankie girl. Blankie girls unite. There's a lot of us. I know there is.
Oh.
Rachel Parcell is a blankie
Yeah,
girl.
that's literally what I was thinking of because hers is like a string.
Yeah. No. Mine is a little bit too big to take like with me in my purse. It's like it's like the size of that. It's like, it looks like a Minky Couture blanket, but it's like a knockoff of Minky Couture, which also Minky Couture, best blankets ever.
Yeah.
Also have a code with them, Weekly Trash 45. Go check it out. Love them. But maybe I should just get here's the thing. Minky Couture, I get too hot if I snuggle with them.
Oh, I love them. I can't sleep without
I like them. I like them on top of me, but not in my face pillow like my blankie. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't like anything in my face like that.
Like I like to feel claustrophobic in the face, so my
Oh.
claustrophobic blankie has to be kind of lightweight.
Yeah.
So I need the perfect texture
Yeah.
and material, and I just haven't found a replacement yet.
Wow.
So that's mine.
I'm
I
sure.
will never get rid of it unless I find a good upgrade, but that'll never happen.
I'm trying to think of something that I will never get rid of. And it's hard. Like there's so many things
Well, there's like sentimental, there's materialistic.
yeah.
I would also never get rid of any of my Louis Vuittons because
Yeah.
they gain value, and
Yeah.
I'm not selling any of those.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm going to pass them on to my kids, and they're going to
Yeah.
pass them on to their kids. Great grandma JoJo, she had this Louis Vuitton bag. She was an idiot. She spent so much money on this, stupid idiot.
Yeah.
So,
My gosh. This is a hard one. I'm like
No.
trying to go through my whole
I'm like,
house.
if you don't have a baby blanket, like, what do you say?
Yeah.
That's like the only answer.
I don't even know.
What about your wedding ring? Do you love your
Oh,
wedding?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
would you ever get a different style?
No.
See, I would.
I mean, like maybe I would get like, cause my the main one was like my engagement, and then the
Yeah.
bands were for my
Yeah.
wedding, obviously. I mean, maybe I would get like a different band, but I would
See, I feel
never.
like once I've been married for 20 years, I want a bigger one.
Oh yeah,
I'll still keep this, and like,
Mhm.
I love it,
yeah.
but I want to be rocking like freaking
Yeah.
Super Bowl ring on my finger.
Oh gosh.
5-carat oval diamond. No, princess cut.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know diamonds very well, but
yeah.
I want a big old honker for our
Yeah.
20th anniversary.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would never get rid of my wedding ring. I love it.
There you go.
If I lost it, I would probably die.
That's my biggest fear.
Yeah.
I don't take mine anywhere, like vacationing.
Oh, you don't?
I take my band,
Uh-huh.
but not like my engagement ring with like
Uh-huh.
the big diamond. And I took my band just barely to Disneyland.
Mhm.
And I took it off, put it on the counter, like the bed,
Yeah.
the nightstand.
Yeah.
And I forgot to put it on the next morning. We get to Disneyland, and I was like, where's my band? And I had forgotten that I had taken it off, and I thought my band fell off on like a ride,
Oh.
which was weird because my finger was swollen and fat. And I'm like, how did it fall off my finger? But I was like, where's this band? Where's this band? And then it like clicked to me, and it was like 30 seconds of pure panic.
Yeah. It's like your stomach drops.
Yeah. Oh,
That's the worst. Yeah.
hate it. Hate
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
No.
I guess I would say my wedding band, my Louis Vuittons.
All the good materialistic things.
Yeah. I do have Balenciaga shoes, and I'm like,
What do you do with them? Throw them away? Burn them? Give them to a
is
homeless person.
is it still like Balenciaga's still
Oh,
canceled?
1,000%. 1,000%. Just go give them to a homeless person.
Can I take them back?
Yeah, I think you can.
I don't have like the box or anything. I don't
How
think
long ago did you buy them?
a year and a couple months ago.
Maybe try to sell them.
I know, but are people gonna buy them?
Somebody who thinks they aren't canceled anymore will.
I know.
So I think you could
I should
try to sell them on like Poshmark
I should.
or the real to real, like designer. What's it called?
yeah.
I think it's the real, where they sell designer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Except there was like a huge conspiracy that the designer stuff they were selling on the real was like fake from China, from DHgate.
Oh, I would be pissed.
Yeah, but my blankie's never leaving me. I will never sell my blankie to anybody.
Yeah. See, I just like sleep with Minky Coutures.
They're
don't.
the best.
Yeah.
That's a Minky Couture. It's
Yeah.
so soft,
Yeah, I love it.
so cozy. No, I sleep on top of me all day long.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think any of my blankets in my house aren't Minky Couture.
Yeah.
They're the best.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the, what is it? I don't know the style. Freak. It's so good. It's like the ribbed
Hugs.
hugs.
Yeah.
Yes. That one.
Yeah.
The huggy.
I don't have one of those, but I want to get it.
You need it.
Yeah.
Go
But
get
I'm like,
it.
I have so many. So many. Like I have
I would throw every single one of mine away just for the hugs.
really.
It's me and my husband fight over it. I
Huh.
need to get another one. Weekly Trash 45 for 45% off. But yeah, I love it.
Okay, I'll have to get one.
Yes, you will.
My husband's gonna be like another one.
But this one's, it's different.
He sleeps with one every night too.
No, the hugs ones are different though. They are. They're like light but heavy at the same time.
Yeah,
They're so good.
I'll have to get one.
You need one.
Yeah.
Well, Karlee, thanks so much for coming to Weekly Trash. Thanks for taking your trash out.
Thank you for having me.
Did it feel good to just let it out?
Yeah, it
Now
was
you get
fun.
to drive home in silence.
Yeah.
No kids.
Yeah.
Good, nice little drive.
Yeah.
Stop and get yourself a little treat.
Yep. Sit in the hot
Just-
tub.
Yeah, do it. Let's see, your kids will probably be asleep when you get home.
Probably.
That's skip bedtime.
Yeah.
You got it, babe.
You
I got it. It's good. We'll
You
be
got
fine.
it. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that is Weekly Trash. Karlee, thanks so much for coming on. This was so
Thank you.
fun. I'm announcing the next guest on Sunday. Very excited. Every guest I have on, I like pinch myself. I'm like, you guys
Yeah.
really want to come and hang out with me? Like,
It's so
okay,
fun.
let's do it. So very excited for that. And then I guess it's only Wednesday.
Yeah.
So it's not happy weekend yet, but
Hump
it is
day.
happy hump day.
Ooh.
Go hump somebody.
Yep.
If you didn't have sushi last night, have sushi tonight. I didn't have sushi last night. I'm pissed at myself. So maybe I'll go get some tonight. Make good choices. Be a good person.
Yes.
And don't forget to take out your trash. Bye, everybody.
Bye.